Welcome back, traders. Today is Friday, the 27th of August. My name is Neville Hornsey, market analyst of YouTrading, and today I'll be talking about the euro versus the US dollar. Okay, starting with the YouTrading.com Forex heat map, you can see here that the euro is mixed across the board, currently weaker against the dollar, Aussie, CAD, New Zealand dollar, but stronger than the yen, pound, and Swissy. If you look to the bottom left-hand corner, the commodity pairs are generally green, so that's good for risk on. And if you look to the yen, that's the weakest. Swissy is kind of mixed. So looking for, some sort of movement in the euro versus the US dollar. If we go down to the active trader platform sentiment indicator, 73% of the traders on this platform are actually bullish. So I'll be looking to short because basically I'm a contrarian when it comes to that. So looking for shorts, I need somewhere which will act as resistance. And today I'm going to look for basically the volume indicator to give me an indication of where most participants have been trading above the current price action. And then I'm going to look for, targets to the downside where there'll be some sort of support and maybe some buyers. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And then, so yesterday's price action, if you can see here, we had rising volume here, culminating in this candle, which is, one of those dragon sort of dojis. It's 4 o'clock candle, so that's actually 3 o'clock GMT, which is incorporating the US Open. So I'm just going to grab a rectangle tool and I'm going to take the 4 most highly volume candles. So it's actually this, they had a big run down, and then this candle here. So move that up. All right, so, volume on a centralized sort of exchange like the CME gives you like true volume, like how many contracts were traded. The volume on a CFD, this is just the activity on the platform. So it's just where traders on this platform, on this broker, were most active. So that's all I'm using really. It's just more of an activity meter. All right, so we've got our box, and then we can see that here is the center of the box. And I'm going to mark that red because it's above current price action. And if we look to the left, again, going to look for the highest volume and then take the 4 highest volumes around it. So from the low here to the high here. And again, going to take my horizontal line and find the middle of that box, which is just there. It's below price, so I'm going to make this one green. All right, again, next day, these are the 4 largest volume candles. So that low, incorporating that high. And then again, horizontal line goes just there. It's below price action currently, so I'm going to mark that green as well. And then as this is like a congestion sort of period, an area of balance, I'm going to look for something lower as a target just in case we actually break below that. So let's go here. That's the highest candle. So again, the US Open incorporated, and then it's that low, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the way up to that high. So again, once more. All right, I'll leave that on blue just to mark it as a difference. All right, so that's the hourly. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 days of previous price action. I've basically marked out where I believe the most volume was traded on this platform. And if I now go to a 5-minute candle chart, we've got this sort of, it's not a perfect bell curve, but you can see there's like low volume here. There's still some movement on low volume, but then we've got this area which I've marked up where the volume rises, and we have this big sort of spike here towards the end of the London close, Again, another spike here. There's obviously some sort of headline news there, but the majority of the volume is in here. And if we were to just essentially, it's like a triangle tool, the middle of that box is incorporating this sort of volume profile here. So that's why I'm using the center of the box. For me, I'm just looking for an indication of where the median price action could have been. And if we look to the right to today's price action this morning, we've obviously got some sort of reaction higher. We found some sort of support at this line, which, if you look to the left, you can see it's acted as resistance and support before. So it's obviously a well-used line. Came back up, broke down, and then again, another reaction before moving down to this green line here. And then you can sort of start seeing how I'm going to be trading this. All right, so these green lines we said were in the middle of a balance area. So it's going to be quite tricky to trade off them, but obviously traders are. More importantly for me would be something where I'm looking for a short. So, because of what I said about the sentiment. So if we were to break down, then either come back up to that line before moving lower, I'd be interested in that, but the target obviously would be down here. Or if we were to actually break out of this sort of zone, again, a breakdown, a retest, and a continuation lower would be probably a more profitable trade. So if you sort of zoom out a bit more, the next sort of bell curve of price actions down here. So here we have almost like a double bell curve, but this one's the biggest bit. So going down here, if we just take, oh, wrong place. Sort of take that price action there. So it's essentially this zone. You don't have to go to the hourly. You can just be a bit more fluid on the sort of short time frames. But you can see here, the middle of that bell curve is this price action. This is the sort of center of it. And you can see that it acted as support. They sort of tested below. They didn't like that, got back above, came back down, tested support. And then that's when the big impulsive move came. So you can see that these areas of balance are where traders react to or react off. And then you can start looking for like this sort of zone here. So impulsive move, sideways action, impulsive move, come back down, retest. So breakout, retest, continuation higher. And that's how I'm going to be looking for trades. So my next sort of target would be in the middle of that range and this one. So that's how I'm going to be testing the sort of downside. I'll be looking for a breakdown, retest, continuation lower, and these sort of zones of balance will be my sort of targets. And ultimately, if we can get down to this level, it's like around the 168. So if we go back to the hourly, you can see how you get back down to these lows. And then, from then on, if we get below that, there's, you have to go to the daily really before you get to the next balance area, which is, all the way down here. So, taking out this double bottom would be another target, but then, just using a larger view of the market, this is the next sort of balance area here. All right, I hope that was interesting and useful, and I'll catch you.